Greetings, dear friends. Today is the Gospel of Matthew. St. Matthew chapter 5, verses 38 to 42. Today Jesus says, "If anyone slaps you on one cheek, show the other." Why would Jesus want to give us such kind of a command, such kind of a teaching? If anyone slaps you. This whole idea of fighting, taking revenge, this whole idea of forgiveness, compassion. Why is Jesus so much interested in that? A few days ago we heard about anger. Today Jesus is talking about revenge. In the Old Testament it is written, in the old law, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. But I say to you, if someone slaps you, show the other cheek. If someone tells you, go 1 mile, you go 2 miles. Go the extra mile. Why? Why is this teaching so important? Many years ago, when God created the whole universe, along with the angels, along with the whole of creation, including man, Lucifer was the first, highest of all angels. His name itself, Lucius, meaning light. Very beautiful angel he was. Very powerful angel he was. But pride got to him. And he wanted to be equal to God. So God struck him out of heaven. And since then, there has been anger, hatred, and revenge in Satan's heart. Lucifer becomes the devil, becomes Satan. Look at Adam and Eve. So peacefully they were living in the Garden of Eden, God's creation. He goes and takes revenge against God by destroying that beautiful relationship which Adam and Eve had with God. They're thrown out of the garden. Look at those beautiful children, Cain and Abel. He made Cain kill Abel. The revenge. This whole idea of revenge, where does it come from? Straight from the devil's heart. Therefore, if we have something of revengeful thoughts and ideas, get it out of your system, because now you know where it comes from, the devil. If you're angry and not forgiving and revengeful, you are worshipping the devil. You are another Cain, ready to slaughter your brother or your sister. That's why Jesus is so determined to teach us about compassion. If somebody slaps you on one cheek, don't retaliate. Show the other cheek. What does that mean? Well, they caused you the first wound. The other person caused you the first wound. But then you are causing the rest of the wound by allowing it to grow. This is not what forgiveness means. They got it started, but you keep it going. Forgive and let it go, or it will eat you alive. You think they made you feel this way today, they made you feel that way today, but when you won't forgive, you are the one inflicting the pain upon yourself. Believe me. When you won't forgive, you are the one inflicting the pain upon yourself. When somebody curses you a bad word, the sin is theirs, not yours. So why do you have to feel the pain and the hurt? If somebody has caused or inflicted any kind of hurt within you, they have hurt your egos, they have hurt your feelings, they have hurt your pride, it's just something which is not going to affect you. Those hurts are not going to affect you. So don't get it, oh, they caused so much pain in my life. Why am I saying this? That you should not focus on the pain or the hurt that you're going through, because it is not your sin. It is their sin. They cursed bad words against you. They fought against you. They said rude things. The sin is theirs, not yours. So why do you take the burden of their sin upon yourself by feeling hurt? Feel sorry for them. Show compassion for them. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they say or do. They need your prayers because they need redemption. You don't become like them, but rather you become like Christ on the cross. Father, forgive them. When you choose to forgive those who have hurt you, they lose their power over you. As long as you feel hurt and anger, they are dominating you. But the moment you release yourself and say, I forgive, and it's done, they lose power over you. They begin to fear you. Your forgiveness is a very powerful tool. And I say to you, it takes a strong person to say sorry, but it takes an even stronger person to say, I forgive. Amen? It takes a strong person to say, I am sorry. A courageous person to say, I'm sorry. But an even greater courageous person to say, I forgive. People hold so much in their heart nowadays. We teach children to do that. We teach children to hold feelings. When the child is playing around and he hits his foot against the table and hurts his foot, he starts crying. What do we teach the table? Oh, bad table. No, baby, bad. Beat the table. Come. Beat the table. Bad table. We teach the children to take revenge from the time they are small. When we are driving about, we are in the car, either we are sitting or we are driving or on the bike. The whole journey we are grumbling and complaining. Look at that fella how he's driving. Look at this fella. Can't he move aside? Why is this fella driving so slowly? That fella, he has no sense. Constantly we are grumbling, complaining about something or the other. It's like it's part of us. That's not the attitude of Christ. Grumbling, complaining, being revengeful, but rather we need to have this heart of compassion and forgiveness. Forgiveness is not something we do for other people, believe me. Forgiveness is not something we do for other people. It is something we do for ourselves. It's something we do for ourselves so that we can move on in peace. When you forgive, you're just filled with Christ's love and peace and you move on. There's nothing more. No more qualms about life. No more holding on to this hurt and that hurt. You just throw aside all the garbage of Satan and say, I belong to Christ and therefore I move on with holiness. The greater the compassion is, the greater the holiness. So beautiful. You become more and more holy when you offer greater and greater forgiveness and compassion. And that's what a child of God does. Satan, on the other hand, he says, cling to anger, don't forgive, be revengeful. He did this to you, you do that to him. He said this to you, you say that to him. He did one thing to you, you do 10 things to him. That's what Satan does. And that's what the world teaches in all the movies that the world offers, all the television serials that the world offers. It's all about revenge. Especially in India, we see this whole theme of badla. My badla lunga, I will take my revenge. The world teaches us to take revenge, but that is not of a Christian. Forgiveness, compassion, that is what begets holiness. And the greater your forgiveness and compassion, the greater is your holiness, the greater is your love. Why? Because forgiving does not mean just about forgetting. It means remembering love. Just as Jesus sees me causing so much pain to him, God sees us sinning in our thoughts, words and actions. Instead of holding that hurtful feelings against us, He forgives us. He opens His arms of mercy and compassion. He remembers love because He loves us. When we remember love, the love of God and the love of neighbor, we will forgive. And that's the beginning of holiness in my life. I remain peaceful. I don't take on the garbage of others. I don't take on all the baggage of others. Let them keep their bags for themselves. Let them keep the garbage for themselves. I keep Christ. I keep His virtues of compassion, forgiveness, holiness, love, no revenge. And in my life, I surrender all that is the baggage of anger and hatred and jealousy and envy and revenge. I surrender that at the foot of the cross right now, so that I can imitate the mercy and the forgiveness of Jesus. Forgiveness is not just about forgetting. Forgiveness is about letting go of the hurt. It's okay. They hurt me. It doesn't matter to me. It's like, you're walking on a dirt road and somebody is driving and it splashes onto you. What do? You just wash the dirt off yourself and you move on. That's what others hurts mean. When others hurt you, just wash it off. It's their sin, not yours. It's their dirt. You just wash it off and you move on in love. Amen? Yes, my dear brothers and sisters. Let us not therefore fall into the weakness of revenge. Let us not succumb to revenge. Rather, let us flow into thoughts and imaginations and reflections of compassion and of mercy. We must love our enemies, not just because Jesus told us to do so in the Bible. We must love our enemies because through our love, they can come back to the right path one day. We'll keep on loving and loving, just as God keeps on loving and loving. And it is His love that brings us to the right path. Our love too will bring them back to the right path. All they need is our prayers. We need to pray for those people who hurt us and who constantly, ongoing, they hurt us. Whether they understand it or not, or whether they do it wishfully or not, we will just keep offering our prayers for them. We'll offer our compassion for them. We will offer holiness to them through our divine love, so that at the end, we create a little heaven around us. God bless you. Amen. Friends, if you found this video helpful, please do share it with others and do subscribe. God bless you.